Great. Okay, diving right in. Good morning. Happy Saturday. Welcome, everybody. Thank you so much for hopping on Brothers Region call and soon to be Nation and lots of other regions. Announcements really quickly. And the first is GTC. Did you guys all see that you can go ahead and register for GTC? We had Yin who was going to hop on and talk about why you should go to GTC and like how it builds your belief. But does anybody else just want to share a really quick something about what changed for them at GTC last year? Somebody besides me and Gabby.
Last year was my first GTC, and I went because I hadn't done anything in my business, and I was really excited about Rachel Hollis because she's my girl. It really just lit a fire under me to have more intention, mindset, goal setting, being intentional with your goal setting, not getting discouraged easily, not letting other people's influence impact your work or your worth. And no one's words but yours are important if they're not encouraging. So
well, all right, that's a pretty glowing review. Anybody else really quickly want to share? One more person? No? Taylor, I know you can't really talk. Okay, well, I will just tell you that there are statistics about going to GTC that it absolutely 100% builds your business. And if you haven't ever been, you absolutely want to be there because it will show you the big picture of Arbonne. There's usually about 18,000 of us, so that's a little bit bigger picture than the 9 that are on this morning. But I 100% guarantee you will love it. And there's usually ways, and I will say that even if Arbonne doesn't offer a way to earn back your GTC registration, just make that a goal to earn that between now and Christmas because it's absolutely doable. So that's one thing. We want to talk about, Gabby, you froze, so I don't know if I froze, but we want to talk a little, there you are. I want Gabby to share something with you guys about a new app that we're going to use to communicate, and it's pretty exciting. So Gabby, takes that away.
Hey y'all. Okay, so we've been chatting a lot recently about what has been working and what hasn't been working, and how to build up our culture, especially since we're all virtual and we're all tuning in from different parts of the world. And as we grow our team in the US and abroad, we need to be building that team culture and our community. So we are going to start using an app called Slack. If you are in a corporate setting, you probably have used it before because a lot of people use Slack. And Polly and I have been doing a lot of research and reading a ton of articles and watching YouTube videos from startups to tech companies to people that have teams literally all in every time zone, and glowing reviews across the board. So it's free. You can download the app on your phone, but there's also a computer version, which is getting me really excited because I like how it's almost like a chat room. You can turn on notifications, you can turn them off. You can make it so that you only get notified when you're tagged in something. So I'll actually share my screen really quick just to show y'all. Hopefully this share is okay.
And to me, one of the most exciting things about it are the channels. Gabby, are you going to show them?
Yeah, can y'all see the shared screen? Yeah, okay. So so we will have these channels over here.
Like how the channels work. My hubby.
So over here on the left-hand side, there are different channels, and so you'll have your own direct messages down here that you can communicate with your sponsor, people on your team. You can also start like three-way messages if you have a new consultant in here. But then we also will all be in our larger Arbonne team group together, but then we also will have channels specifically for the 30-day, so people can ask questions specifically relating to the 30-day, or content like social media content that we can share in here. Personal development, you can share podcasts and book recommendations and all that good stuff. Random is just like funny things that we find, Arbonne memes, all that good stuff. RVP2B, and y'all, you do not have to join every single one of these channels. So only join the ones that you want to be a part of so you don't get overwhelmed. RVP2B will be specifically for people that want to get after goals and go for regional vice president. And then wins will be just daily wins, like things that are going on that we're so excited about and we want to share with our team. So that's a quick overview. And I love that you can add videos, you can add photos, you can add these things called files. So this is something that's pinned right now with just like our team website, Zoom calls. So you can log on here, copy the Zoom number, and you can actually add apps like Zoom on here. So it's pretty cool. There's going to be a little bit of a learning curve, I'm sure, but it's Polly and I've just been using it for a day and we're already chatting back and forth on it. So that's been really.
Oh, no, I was just going to say the thing that I think that's so great about this, you guys, is you know how you are talking to a prospect and somebody that you're talking to about the business, and you want to send them a video and you're like, I don't know what video to send them. We can have a channel just for videos about the business and videos about, and you should maybe already have, you might already be doing that on your phone, on your YouTube channel, but this way we can share easily. So if you're like, I don't know what good video to send somebody about the 30 day, or where was that video, you can just go right into Slack and go to that channel, that video channel, right, Gabby?
Yeah.
And grab that video easily. And so it's just like an organizational thing for you on your phone. To me, that's how it seems. It's just like my little phone file cabinet. And so we're not trying to replace, any other thing that we've got. It's just, I find this super simple to use. But I was going to give a shout out to my hubby who's driving right now, that he mentioned that maybe we should take a look at this. How many months ago? Like maybe 6 months ago. So, I need to listen to him more often. But that is awesome. So we do want to keep it on time. So I know you guys might have some questions about Slack, but the good news is, here's the thing. We do not want to overwhelm or add another thing that is not useful. So like Gabby said, you can go and download Slack and look and see what do you think is useful in those channels. You don't have to, like when I went into it last night, I looked at all the ones she had set up, and then I actually didn't add every single one. I think I added like all but one. I think like your area, Gabby, because I was like, well, I don't know if she just wants to have a chat with her area, and that's great. We want to bring up leaders. Okay. So let's go ahead then. And the only other, I think we've got all the announcements, Slack, GTC. You'll hear more about that tomorrow night on our team call, and then the team call. And y'all, thank you so much for taking the time and hopping on this morning, because that really shows that you want to invest in your business. Okay, I want to keep this simple. From Gina, she said, I have a one-on-one and a few. Okay, you go, girl. I want to keep this super simple. We've got a really quick training about activity, just daily activity. And y'all, one thing that I know in this business is that it is consistent, persistent activity. I don't know if y'all saw that little video I did and popped up in our Facebook group the other day, but it is all about just doing the little bitty things built up over time that will show you big results in the end. And the hardest part of this is in the beginning when you're not seeing the results. How many people feel like, I'm in the beginning and I'm not really seeing lots of results? I remember being there, okay? And you can be there in your business anytime, because you can get back to that place because maybe you haven't been consistent. It takes 3 months of consistent activity to really start seeing the results. If you haven't been doing, and this is from every leader across the board, I've heard this, if you haven't been doing the consistent daily activity for 3 months, then don't judge yet. And you can start those 3 months anytime. Okay, that's the other good news. So I want you all to think about this. This is, and I know you've probably heard this story before, but it's a really quick one about a penny that duplicates over 30 days. You guys, who hasn't heard that story? Has anybody ever heard that thing about the penny that duplicates? Everybody's heard it. So it's super boring at this point. No, I'm kidding. Well, let's remind ourselves. Okay, if you take a penny and you double it every single day, at the end of 30 days, you have $5,368,709.12. Did y'all get that? If you double it every day. If you decided, hey, I'm only going to double my penny every other day, y'all might have heard this on a recent call. Let's say you said to yourself, you know what? I think I'm just going to double it like every other day. And so I'm going to only do my activity. This is what we're relating this to as daily activity. So every day we're doing our reach outs, our ask, okay? And every single day, and you're not seeing it, you're not seeing it. And if you decided, hey, I think I'm just going to skip a day and I'm going to do tomorrow, and then you just kind of got into that routine. Then if you did that with same thing with the penny, you would only have $163.84. So you can kind of see the difference in duplication. And that's really all we want to say is like, if you duplicate every single day your activity, if you're just building, and then you're teaching other people to do that, you will start to see massive results, but you're not going to see it right away. The penny on day 10 is only $5.12. The penny on day 15 is that $163. On day 20 is $5,242. But on day 30, 5 million, okay? So you can relate that to your business and spread that out a little bit and think about it like that. Ashley Stone, I always get them mixed up. There's Ashley Strong and Ashley Stone. Ashley Stone said that she had been doing Arbonne for, 6 or 7 years, wrote to her upline and said, it's not working. I've given it all this time and it's not working. And they said, well, okay, here's what I want you to do. Go back and look at your daily activity, if you have any way, if you've tracked. Go back and tell me, how many times did you talk to 30 people a month at least? Did you get in front of 30 people a month at least? And then how many months in a row did you do that? So she went back, because she did keep good records, because I think she was like an accountant or something before. So she was kind of like, one of those people, which would never work for me. And what she found was she had only done that one time in her business, one time where like 3 months in a row, she had actually done that daily activity and done it 3 months in a row consistently. So she decided, hey, what would happen if I just started doing that and kept going? And I forget how long it was, but it was like no time at all that she was a region, and then no time at all that she was a national vice president, because she just started doing that and teaching that. So what I want us to think about, and then Gabby's going to talk about funneling and actually how to do this. But if you did nothing else, and I know Christy, sorry y'all, it says my internet connection is unstable, so hopefully I'm still here. But if you did nothing else every single day for your business, 3 ask, and all that is, so 3 ask, 3 people, new people that you reach out to and say, hey, I'd love to drop you a sample. Hey, I'd love to share something with you. Hey, do you think you could get some friends together for me for a healthy happy hour? Hey, just whatever, 3 new people a day. And I know that might sound daunting. So Gabby's about to talk about the funnel and how to get the people.
Okay. Awesome.
But if you could do that, present in this, but I can hear me. Hey,
Hey.
was I frozen?
Yeah, we heard you though.
Okay, so basically that's what I wanted to just share with you guys today. Like, if you get overwhelmed by a million things, can y'all still hear me, Gabby?
Mm-hmm.
Okay, if you get overwhelmed by a million things, do you think you could just do 3 ask a day? And like, that might take you 15 minutes. If you are organized and if you need help with your list or who to ask, that's where we come in. And that's where I can help you, you guys, okay? But I promise you that eventually, and it's not like you're going to be like, oh my gosh, like eventually you're going to have so many people in your pipeline from other things, because other people are going to lead you to other people. Like this week, all my asks came from somebody else who led me to somebody else. It wasn't like I had to sit there and think, who am I going to ask? It was from group presentations I had. It was from a girl that said, hey, can you run by our office and drop me off something? And oh, by the way, so-and-so in my office wants to order some CC cream. And I was like, oh, okay. So I took a kit with me, an RE9 set, and dropped it off to that lady. I was like, would you like to try this? And she was like, yeah. And then I started talking to the girl that asked me to come by about the business. She was asking all these questions. So now we have a phone call set up. So it's really not as hard as it sounds. And again, if this isn't your goal and you want to do 1 ask a day, then just do 1 ask a day consistently. Know that you're going to build a lot slower, but do it consistently. It's the consistent activity over time. So hopefully that's helpful. I just want y'all to know it's the simple things in Arbonne. It's not like being like this. You don't have to do a bazillion things. You don't have to do the social media if that's not your thing. whatever, but it's just do those 3 asks. So I'm going to pass it to Gabby. She's going to talk about funneling and kind of where this is in our system. And then we're just going to wrap it up. Okay. And I'll tell you all about our speaker next week.
Oh, yay.
Okay, go Gabby.
Okay, so if y'all are visual people like I am, this will really help. So I'm going to share my screen real quick. On our team website, when you go to the Building My Empire tab and you click on Building My Empire and you scroll all the way down, you'll see this funnel picture graphic. And it says we interact with hundreds of people throughout our week. Start being more intentional by creating connections and building relationships. Remember, majority of your team you do not know yet. So good news for you is that you probably don't know most of your team yet. And that should be really empowering and really exciting, because I think sometimes people worry, like that's one of the reasons why they don't start or why they're nervous to start. So like Polly said, you can meet people zillions of ways, out and about, someone at the bank, someone at the grocery store, someone that's helping you when you're shopping at the mall. You can do, social media, the gym, church. There are thousands of places that you meet people on a daily basis, but you probably just don't realize it. So start getting more in tune with where you're going and who you're talking to, and making those interactions, turning them into something. So always ask to get someone on social media or to grab somebody's number. And that's totally normal now. I think sometimes people get weird, people get nervous and they're like, well, isn't it weird to ask for their phone number? It's really not. I ask people, I usually go just for like Instagram or Facebook handle and to say, hey, I don't know, if you have any plans, but I'd love to go on a walk this weekend. It's going to be so beautiful out and I'd love to stretch my legs and you seem really cool. Or if you're new to a place, like, hey, I just moved here and I'd love to like hear all your favorite places to eat. Would you want to grab coffee sometime? What's your name on Instagram, or what's your Facebook handle, or whatever. So that's how I make that initial contact. Or you can grab their phone number. I've done that as well, where I'm just like, hey, I'm new to the neighborhood. This girl, I was walking the other day and I took my headphones out on my walk because she had a cute dog and I was petting her dog. And I was like, oh my gosh, do you live around here? And she was like, yes. And I was like, that's awesome. Do you walk around this time every morning? And she said, yes. And I was like, me too. We should walk together sometime. So I got her number and we're going to go on a walk. And then I'm going to run her through this funnel. So the first step is gathering people to put into your funnel. So getting those numbers, getting that contact information. Sometimes it might be email, like for example, if you're doing a pop-up, or if it's like a little bit more formal and someone wants to just give you their email, that's fine too. Again, you still want to send them a virtual curiosity pack or something where you're running them through those multiple exposures. And we're not going to harp too much on multiple exposures today because you've heard us talk about this a million times, but remember that it is so normal. And I want you to think back to when you were getting started, or before you even got started, when you were being prospected about Arbonne. What exposures did you go through? Someone obviously introduced you to Arbonne, but then after that, did you watch a video? Did you try some products? Did you try samples? Did you go to an event? Did you have a 3-way call? Did you do a FaceTime call? I'm promise you that you probably had at least 2, 3, 4, 5 exposures before you said yes to Arbonne. So remember that when you're prospecting people, because if someone doesn't say yes off the bat, of course they're not. You didn't either. So run people through this funnel. Once you meet them, you're going to invite them to take a look at something. Obviously, you want to be building that relationship, building trust. If it's via text or social media, however you're connecting with them, ask them about their lives. Do they have kids? Where are they from originally? What part of town do they live in? Oh my gosh, so cool. I love that part of town too. What's your favorite restaurant over there? Start building connections with people. And then when you have an event coming up, say, hey, this is so random, but I'm having some girls over to my house tonight to do facials while we watch The Bachelor. Do you want to come over? Or, hey, this is super random, but I am sending out some products to some people in the neighborhood to test them out for me so I can get some feedback. Would you want to be one of my testers? So there are so many different ways that you can get in front of people. And remember, it's going to take multiple exposures. So after you send them a few exposures, you're going to walk them down to the next step, which is figuring out where they fit, which is either preferred clients or consultants, or they can be hosts as well and referrals. But you want to get them to that decision. And there is this great call, write this down. It's on SoundCloud. It's called Make the Decision. It's by Sarah Dunning. I'll post it in our Slack so that you can find it. But it's great because she talks about how it doesn't matter what the outcome is. All you need to focus on is the activity, and then ask people to make a decision. So say, it doesn't matter to me what you choose. You're not going to hurt my feelings, but I need you to make a decision. And that helps people get to that final decision of, okay, I want to do the business, or okay, I'm going to wait on the business, but I do want to try some product. How do I do that? So helping people get to that decision is going to clear so much stuff out of your brain so that you're not constantly feeling like you have so much to think about. It's going to help other people feel that way as well. Once they make that decision, they're going to feel so much better. So, and then when you come down to the next, the third level, that is client care and coaching. So that's your follow-up when you're looping back with your clients, seeing how people are doing on the 30-day. And then with coaching your consultants, making sure that we're getting everybody started the exact same way and that you're walking them through the new consultant workbook that's on our team website under Getting Started. And then repeating. And that's why this is so important, because everything we do should be duplicatable. And that's how you're going to grow a big business. And I always like to say the McDonald's, like if McDonald's, all of a sudden, if someone bought a McDonald's franchise and started serving fried catfish, people would be like, what? And it would go under, it would go bankrupt, because no one goes to McDonald's for that reason. Same thing with Arbonne. You need to follow our system. We give you the secret recipe. We give you all the tips that you need, our process. And if you follow that to a T, just like McDonald's, you will be successful, just like all franchisees are when they follow McDonald's system. So that is it for today. Polly, I think, has some exciting.
So, well, I'll share that in just a second, but I just wanted to kind of give y'all a couple of quick other examples. So Christy, for example, you guys, as far as filling your funnel, you guys are going to have the PIO thing tomorrow night, right? Or tomorrow? So y'all are going to have a table. So Christy and Caitlin are going to have a table set up in Baton Rouge, and after their PIO, which is Pilates and yoga, I think, in the park, and they're going to serve fizzies and protein bites, and they're just going to get names, and so that's kind of what Gabby was talking about. We're not, like, when you think about your list or adding people to your list, it doesn't have to be a big scary thing. You don't have to think, oh my gosh, how am I going to talk to that person? You're not there yet. You don't have to think about how am I going to approach them. You can come and ask us, like, what would be the best way to approach this person? And think about it like practice when you are out and about. I did that for a really long time when I would work at Leaf and Petal, the little plant store where I work sometimes. People would come in and I practiced getting into conversation with them and getting them sort of to a certain point in the conversation to find out about them. But I couldn't, at Leaf and Petal, I couldn't say, oh gosh, I really want to talk to you about Arbonne, because that would have been tacky and rude and wrong, and I would have gotten in trouble. And so I just looked at it as practice. And it was great because I didn't worry. I wasn't like, so I would just ask them a lot of questions. Well, what do you do? Well, do you have kids? That kind of thing. And I just got comfortable doing that so that when the opportunity arose, it was natural. So the other day I was at the nail salon a couple of weeks ago. I met a really cute girl. She was there with her little girl. They were getting their nails done. And part of me inside was like, I don't really want to do this. Like, but she was right next to me and she was so cute and full of energy. And finally I just said, oh my gosh, that's so sweet that you guys are having your nails done together. What are you doing today? Do you have a day off? That was how I just approached that. And we started a conversation. And since then we've had maybe 5 exposures because she said, oh, well, I teach dance across the street. And I was like, oh, that's so cool. Well, are you on Facebook? I'd love to connect and just maybe share what I do with you. You're so sweet and kind. When you say that to somebody, you're so sweet and kind and open, it's really hard for them to say, no, I'm not. I don't want to talk to you. So I connected with her on Facebook, and she could have ignored me. So that's the other thing that you want to know. Not everybody's going to say okay. I was in a clothing store the other day. It's that last example I'll give you. I've been in this clothing store a lot. I like it a lot. The people are super sweet. There's this one particular girl that I really, really like at the clothing store. She's always so nice and helpful. And finally I said, and I was nervous, so don't think you're always going to feel so comfortable about this, because I'm always nervous to say to somebody, hey, to like start that conversation. Sometimes I'm just like, and she's younger. She's like, I don't know. She's 30. I thought she was like 25. And for me, sometimes I think that's a little creepy, to be honest, that I'm, 59 and I'm like prospecting somebody younger. I know that might sound crazy to y'all, but in my head, I'm thinking this might be a little creepy that this woman is going, hey, I'd really like to share. So we all have the same fears and doubts is what I want to tell you about that. But I have to get over that because I have to remember that it's not about me. It is not about me. What if this girl is sitting there thinking, how can I make a few extra $100 for Christmas? Or what if she's thinking, I'd really, really like to get my inflammation down in my body? Who knows? I don't know. So I got over myself and I said, you know what, Abigail, you are always so kind and sweet to me when I come in. I would just love to share what I do with you. I don't know if it would be at all for you, but like, can we connect on Facebook? Are you on Facebook? And she was like, yeah, let me get my phone right now so I don't forget. Boom. We met for coffee. And y'all, I sent her two messages, and one of them she said she didn't answer, and I thought, oh gosh, here we go. So then I sent her another one, and she didn't answer. By the way, two messages, didn't answer, and again I was like, okay, well she's ignoring me. And finally, you know what? I thought, no. I went on her, and I noticed she didn't actually see them. She didn't read them. So I went on her Facebook page and said, hey Abigail, I sent you a message. I was like, I'm just going to say it. She answered and said, oh my gosh, I'm so sorry. I'm just seeing these. Sure, I'd love to meet for coffee. We met for coffee. I did the one page where I gave her a kit. She loves it. We're talking again on Monday. So y'all get out of your head. It is not about you. They are not thinking about you. They're thinking about themselves and their day and what they got to do. And we have to stop being so scared because it is not about us. What if there was something you saw in this, so other people are going to see it too? So I wanted to share those two experiences with you guys so you'd have that. Okay, last thing, let's see where we are. It's 10:29. We're doing so good. We have a guest speaker next week. It is my friend Melanie Busby. She is a national vice president. I met Melanie about, however many years ago in Puerto Rico on an Arbonne trip. I was there by myself, so I hope that never happens again, and it won't, because this year, me, Gabby, and Andrea are going on the trip in February. But next year we want all of you on the trip, and that'll actually start happening in December. You'll start hearing about it, and that's why you want to ramp up your activity now so that you start building momentum, because in December, Arbonne will give you double volume points toward the trip. So December is a big month for Arbonne. So is November. But I met Melanie. She was absolutely hilarious. She's from Mississippi, y'all. She sounds like she's from Mississippi. We call her Mississippi. She is so funny. She always says things like, I won that car and I won that trip. And we always remind her that she earned it. She said it last night to me on the phone. We were talking, and she said, when so-and-so won her car, and I said, Melanie, you're a national vice president. She earned the car. But y'all, she's hilarious. You will love her. She's going to hop on next week and share about 15 or 20 minutes of just her story and getting to Nation, and it's going to be really fun. So we just appreciate you guys this morning. Thank you so much for hopping on. And, my goal is for these calls, and Gabby's goal is for these calls to be of value. So if you don't feel like you're getting that, let us know. Or if there's something else you want to hear, if you're like, I'd really like for you guys to share about this, let us know. If there's something you want to share, let us know, okay? Because this is a team call. So that is all I had. Anybody else have anything that you want to add, share, say hey?
I'm going to pop the Slack link in our chat real quick so that y'all can add yourselves. So you can copy that link or click on it and then set it up from your computer or your phone. And then obviously share it with your teams.
And y'all just go out and have fun. Whenever I'm worried about meeting people, I decide to go shopping or go somewhere, and I meet people. They're everywhere. They're probably not in your house. So get out, go have fun and meet them. Go to PIO, go to the gym, go do something. There's Yen. Oh, Yen, we missed you.
Oh my God, I'm so sorry. I can't even show my face right now because you guys would all scream in terror at how disgusting.
Because you're so beautiful. Oh, okay.
Please.
That's so hard for you.
Good. Thank God Arbonne's makeup is clean because I didn't wash my face last night. I slept in my makeup. It was just so bad. But oh my gosh, I'm so sorry.
It's okay.
And say hi.
Well, we're so glad you did, and we will definitely have you share something with us next week. So, but we do have a guest speaker next weekend.
Oh my God, who?
My friend Melanie Busby, National Vice President Melanie Busby.
Yeah.
Mississippi.
I
Y'all
love
are gonna
her.
love her.
I'm so excited.
You're a lover. She came
Oh
to
my
my car
God.
party. She's great. All right, y'all. Well, have a wonderful weekend. See you on the Big Team Call, which is only once a month tomorrow night, and go out there and meet some people.
Awesome.
Thank
Bye, y'all.
you.